Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, big news. We had a major X flare. Yeah, an X 3.4 class solar flare today, February 9th at 1314 UT. Surprisingly, it did not come from the big Martian sunspot described yesterday. Instead, its source was located just behind the sun's southwestern limb. That means it partially eclipsed the flare. It was bigger than the nominal 3.4 rating. Earth just dodged the bullet, they said. Did you know? Yeah, big X 0.34. Yeah, I mean, X 3.4, I should say. Solar wind right now is 431. Density, proton density, that is at 4. Let's, the sunspot 3576 is still getting giant, man. And it does harbor energy for other X flares. So, they're watching these things and going, what the heck? But, we're trying to find the image of the flare to see if anything is being shot at us from it. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so 211. I don't think so, but it starts at 4. Nope. It's so new that we don't have anything yet, but I'm going to look at stereo here real quick for you. Don't want to, I can show you what I'm doing. No big deal. Ding. Here we go. All right, core 2. By 12. Bum, bum, bum. The date today is 02 09 2024, right? Or is it supposed to be year, month, day? Year 2024. Month is 02 and then 09. Yeah, we'll see. Let me go back a day, actually. There we go. And then we'll take it out. Search. All right, let's see what happens here. This is on stereo, by the way. Stereo A, I think it is. There's a little boomer. Wow, that thing. All right. Oh, well, something did pop out. Okay, let's look at LASCO real quick. All right. There's a lot of noise coming out of there. Well, that's got something. That does got something there, too. Oh, right at the end there, right on the, on the right-hand side, the southeastern limb right here. Something, boom. Did you see that? Ready? Watch, I'll slow it down. Boom, right there. Okay. So we might dodge a bullet. Yeah, the thing just passed us. I think it was probably, number 55? I think that's what they call it. Sunspot 55 that was here the other day. Yeah, it went off the corner here. It was probably that one that kicked off. I've been waiting for the X flare because the way the trend was, it was reminding me that we're going to get an X flare, or making me think that we were going to get it. So let me zoom in here, or zoom out, I should say. Boom, you see something, a little fast one here and a little slower ones here. And then there's a pretty good one right there. And there's the last one. You can see half the disc. Yeah, this sucker is around the corner right about here. And when it boom, yep, an X flare. Let's see what these guys have to say about it. These guys are pretty good here. I like these guys. SpaceWeatherLive.com, or .com. Solar flares. Here's the big R3 right now. It's coming down. We're still in R1. We're still in the M. So it just happened a little while ago, 1310. Here we are maybe an hour ago. Is that right? because we're at 1450, 1310, an hour and 10. 1310, so almost 2 hours ago. So that's when the bam woke me up. Yeah. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit more on here. There it is. X 3.2. 3.38 actually. They got a 3.2 here. Yeah, it got up there. It got up there pretty good. And right now we're still in the M range. So if we looked at the flare absorption, over Africa, still catching it. So over South America, I think it popped over, over Africa. So, well, dang, man, it just keeps hitting it, doesn't it? Bam, bam, bam. You know, oh my gosh. Here we are. We're at 940. Still a lot of radiation hitting the planet. Boom, you see that? Bam, that's another M flare right there. As it rises, bam, it keeps hitting. It keeps rising. Bam, it keeps going. Looks like it's going to hit the mid-Atlantic or just off the coast of Africa. Boom, here's one. Ready? 1310. Oh, the big blast right there in the mid-Atlantic, southern half of the mid-Atlantic. And it's still zapping Brazil with all of its strength. So let's go ahead and look at this. Peaked out right there. All of Africa, Spain, parts of Europe, the east coast of the United States, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Chile, and Argentina, and Bolivia, and all the little countries north of Brazil, you know, and oh boy, it got zingered. Yes, it did. You know, so that is we were, like I said, I think I told Timmy the other day. I said I think we're looking for an X right now. All right, so we're going to be watching what happens in the planet as a result of this X. Now, I considered this X to be a little low. I was thinking a little bit higher, but not so much higher. But it is an X flare, and it's not directed directly at us, which is great. Directed directly. Anyway, yeah. X 3.38. Kabam. Yep, and we are mellowing out right now. We're still on an M 1.72 as we're checking it out. So it's still a little early. They're not going to have a whole bunch for us to take a look at. It happened around the corner. Yep. And if you remember last week, there's that one flare that would just keep popping. Yeah, that's the one that kicked that X out. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see here. The KP index right now is still 2. There's no coronal holes to speak of. 10, fireballs across North America, Canada, U.S., and Mexico. Is all North America, baby. 2349 potentially hazardous asteroids out there, and that's an asteroid that's 100 meters or larger, or 300 feet, like a football field, U.S. football field, I should say, and or larger. And if it's in a proximity of our planet, roughly 5 million miles away, then it becomes a potentially hazardous asteroid. Potentially. If it's traveling, if it's moving, if it's standing still and we're moving, or maybe we're moving and it's moving. However, things happen. It's in the proximity of the planet. On February 9th, we have one. Yesterday we had a rock that flew through us. And I'm pretty sure posthumously I didn't see anything in there, and now we had one. And it was half or 3/4 of the distance to the moon yesterday, but it was only 15 feet across. Today's 21-footer is basically the same distance as the moon away from us. And I don't think it, man, these are new ones, brand new one, found it in 32 days ago. Or actually, they found it yesterday. That's why I didn't say it, son. It came out yesterday. It came out the damn closet. There you go. Anyway, this is the trajectory they're looking at. They guesstimate about the way it's moving. It's flying above us or traveling above us on our left flank here. If I zoom in, that's the sun. That's Merc. That's Venus. We're the blue and it's the white. And if you see, it's pretty level, really. Then it follows down below us and then rises up and over us. Yep. And it's just a 21-footer. Oh, yeah. Yep. So nothing to worry about there. But, yeah, this solar flare here that we're still having. I don't know about your anus, but my anus is... Wait, stop talking about your anus. Anyway. Good morning, Snarls. Nice to see you, buddy. I pray that you're doing well. Milkman Doom's in the house. Good morning. Flutter Girl, TGIF. Yeah. Snow King is out there. Dude, you got to be here. There's snow here, man. I think he might be out there snow plowing. Maybe he had an inch or 2 or 3. Be good for him because then he makes some money. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Rocket Bob 76. Good morning, Canuck. Good morning, Big T-shirt Billy. Yeah. And Croatian Dude. Good morning. And Brainstorm Morning. And Milty. Uncle Milty. And old Dub come in the house. And, of course, there's Red Wagon, who's never on the list. I don't know why. I guess I just don't care to know why. But, you know. What happened to you, Snarly? You were on vacation or just super busy? We know that your computer was on, but you weren't home. Anyway. But yeah. So looking at the trimmer. Looking at the trimmers. I had a trimmer. Up here in Washington, just south of Rainier or east of Rainier. Was that east? That's west. West of Rainier. Yeah. Here's Rainier right here. And the other St. Helens is right here. So both of it. So you might see some vibrations, but we'll check that out in a minute. Also down here in Trinity Forest and Shasta. Just busy? All right, bud. That's good. Just making sure you're all right, man. Got to make that retirement. Yeah, you do. Even if you're missing your anus. There it is for you. The other side of Jupiter, buddy. Yep. And Saturn is on the other side of the sun. And so, mate, I don't know if we're going to see it as it comes out the back side of it. Mark's going on the other side, so is Venus, and Mars is still. We're moving across because we're moving faster than Mars. So we'll catch Mars here probably in the summer, maybe. So if I zoom in or hurry up, yeah, we're barely catching it. Going to March 9th, and that's where March 9th will be. We'll be able to see it maybe. Saturn will be visible. Merc is coming on the other side of the moon or the sun. Neptune's out here. Make and Waimea and Eris and Pluto are way out there. But back to it. Let's look at the volcano, Mount Rainier. Let's see. We'll go on the mountain first this time. Camp Muir. Big T-shirt Billy's in the house. Yeah. All right. So there's a little bit of noise. You can see something going on here from a long distance away. Got a little something too right here that just occurred. We'll have to see what's going on. Just a little bit of noise here on the mountain. So, storm related? No. Let's look off the mountain here. Puyallup Bay or Puyallup River. Oh, yeah, there's some noise. It's not terribly strong, but you can see the same kind of signature that happened here. Oh, about 3 hours ago. Something happened 2 hours ago. Maybe the flare? I don't know. I haven't checked anything, so I like to be surprised when I do the report here in the morning. I don't like to look things up. I just want to go, whoa, and then get your responses as well. I like that. That's just how I am. I don't open my things at Christmas neither. I like to be surprised. I don't want to know if I see a movie I kind of want to see. I don't watch the previews because I'm too quick. My brain will pick it up and write the whole storyline already. Look, going to Mount Hood. Milty. Yeah, Uncle Milty's out there. Hi, you mountain. Hey, you. And we'll see if there's a progression of, yeah, just a little bit of noise. See, there's that signature again. Yeah. Well, that's off a Hood. Let's see how far it goes down. Let's go down to the Three Sisters. Three Sisters is always have something, but we'll see. The husband. How do you like that view? Pretty amazing, huh? Oh, yeah, noise again. So can we suggest that maybe, quite possibly, the Cascades are having a little knipshit? Let's go to Crater Lake. Yeah, on a little dome thing, the Crater Lake Wizard Island, Oregon. Yeah. Yeah, and there's that signature again. Something happened in, I don't know, between 3 and 5 Pacific time. UT between maybe 10 and 13. So something happened. I don't know. We'll find out together. How's that? All right, so the buoys. Let's check out the buoys. Maybe a quick report here Friday, it looks like. I don't see anything moving. Not up here either. On this side. Yep. Nothing going on. All righty then. Volcanically speaking, let's go ahead and check it out. Volcano news today, February 9th, 2024. Fuego, Popo, Simiru, Dokono, Marapi, not me, Marapi, Rick James, Luatobi and Luatolo. Toby and Tolo. Yeah. Marapi volcano popped at 12,000. And I want to say it's, is it 96? I want to see. Yeah, 94. Getting to know him. 94. So go to 12, maybe a 3,000 or less popper. Luatolo went to 7, and it's about maybe 3,000 there. Fuego is 15. It's normal. Back to normal. I like seeing Fuego at its normal. That's, a little bit less than 3,000 foot pop. It's always Fire Mountain, Fuego. Little Tolo, 7,000 as well. You got Toby at 7, Tolo at 7. Yeah. Tolo is, the size of Tolo is 46. Toby is at 55. So a little bit smaller blast out of Toby than Tolo, but they're just really close together. You can see here's that little knuckle that comes up, right? Tolo's over here. Toby's here. Where's the knuckle? The knuckle is right here. So Toby is right there. Here's Tolo. Kind of familiar, right? Halamarahara? Yeah, Ibu and Dacono. Rick James volcano update. Eruption has decreased significantly after it burned up the hot water pipe. Yeah. Yeah, I heard some talk in the Blue Lagoon. They're going to have some issues there. Toe beans. My kitten has the zoomies. Just told me a few times. Hilarious. Yeah, I probably just took a turd too. And generally when they take turds, it's like, I don't know what happens. It's like that, what was that commercial that says, give you wings? You know, I don't know if it was a tampon commercial or what, but it was the wings. I mean, it was a different sort of wings. I don't know. Something will give you wings, and cats have that same kind of thing after they take a dump, and they just fly. Like, what the hell? You say, what got into you? No, what got out you? Was it really that heavy? Gosh. You got to have cats. Red Bull gives you wings. I don't know, man. I never partook of that stuff, so I don't know. I just remember something, a commercial. Turds the world. Turds the word. turd. You know, anyway. Popo to 24. That's a 17 and 8 going to 24. That's a pretty good little pop. There might be hardly any weather there in Mexico, but Baja is swarming. We'll talk about that in a minute. Sebancaya unable to detect in Sebancaya down there in Peru. Dacono goes to 10,000. Boom. That's a 5,000 foot plus popper right there. Crash. And Marapi goes to 12. Again, we already looked that up. Popo to 22. See when it came back down. Yeah. Simiru 15. It's a little bit higher. Maybe there's no weather there in Java. Usually it goes to about 14. You know, it's 1,200 foot to 1,600 foot popper. But now it's maybe 2,500 foot popper there. Dacono does another 10,000 foot popper. Wow. Wow. Nevada del Ruiz there in Colombia goes to 26. It's a 17 and change as well. 6,000 foot popper, maybe 8 or 7,000 foot popper right there. Yeah, you don't want that one to get too crazy, because what happened, it did an eruption a few years back. It could be a lot of years, but a few years to me, anyway, and it did a number on some people. Fuego, sporadic emissions up in the air. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Let's go ahead and check out what happened in the last 24 hours at EMSC. Especially, remember, we're watching for somewhere between 10 and 1,300 UT. So we're going to go back 12 hours. All right. Whoops, something. I saw red. I didn't look. I just saw red. We're 8 hours back, or 9 hours. All right, here we 12. Okay. Hindu Kush region, 4.3. Looks like central Turkey and northern Turkey. Western Texas got another 2.3 there. Eastern Tennessee. Eastern Tennessee got a little banger. Oh yeah. Let's see what happened. Tennessee, man. All right. So, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky. Sister lives over there. Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. Huntsville right here. Brother Timmy lives right about there. Turd's the word. I don't remember it. Maybe it was a pad, gives you wings. I don't know. Watch the cats fly, man. I watch some cat commercials or videos and I just cry laughing, man. Cats are like my dad said, cats are the craziest people. All right, so Tennessee had a little popper. All right. Now, Southern Texas, a little 3-4. A little kick up. A little Samoa region islands had a 4.9 as well. New Zealand 3. Puerto Rico 2.9, 2.0. Fox Islands and Aleutians, they're only a 3. Gulf of Cali. Can you believe just how many rock and rollers there's been in Cali, Gulf of Cali right now? Right in this region, it's swarming, baby. I don't know how many we've had. If I look at the USGS and we look down here, you'll see right there. Right? There's been 4.7s according to USGS in the last day. Yeah. How about if I did, well, let's put the train back on. How about if I did 7 days? You can see the whole area is just abounding with 4.7s, 4.6s, 4.5s, and 4s. Yeah. 8 quakes right there. That's just what the USGS posts, right? How about in Mexico? What are they saying? Oh my gosh, look at the swarm. It's a lot more than 8. Oh yeah. Yeah. Today alone, 4.2, 4.3, 4, 4.0, 4.2. Yeah. 4.1. I don't know where these ones are here. All right, these aren't the same ones. Yeah. Look at them all, man. Tell me that ain't a swarm. Why there? What is going on right there? It's the cat's meow. Thought I was having a Red Hot Chili Pepper song for a second. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll just let that one go. It's too early to think that way. Yeah, we have some frozen ice in the backyard. That's far out, man. I have some pictures of the snow in the backyard, so pretty great. Hey, Lake Girl, there's an undersea volcano right there. Yeah. That's what I've heard too. I heard it's like over in this vicinity. And the USGS shows it as the Carmen Basin right here. Can we see the ocean? Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here, but what if I did GE? I'm asking. Oh, yeah, I know, right? I did hear up here was a volcano, but this one's down here. It's probably a volcano or something, maybe. This region here, it's all here. I don't see any. It's the EPR goes all the way up here, you know. Yeah. I think there's volcano over here, actually. View. There's clean exploration, everything. There we go. Lagunitas. Okay. The tongues. Yeah, the tongues of fire. El Cardinal. Or Cordonal. Yeah. Algodones. La Lina. El Carrizalito. Oh, the little El Carrizalito. Oh, Carrizalito. What does Mexico say? Dun, 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 dun. They don't say anything. They don't say anything. They don't say anything. Laredo makes he one. So. La Paz. Probably look it up. Probably do this and go volcano near La Paz, Mexico. Volcanoes in Baja, man. Like, Tres Virgins is a little bit north. Nah, I think it's right there, matter of fact. The Three Virgins. Yeah, the Three Virgins is right there, baby. Tres Virgins. Hey. Hold on. Alright, got that. Go like this. Turn that off. Go like this and go terrain. Tres Virgins is, according to this map, somewhere right here. Yeah. Sierra San Pedro. Maybe here. Maybe, baby. All right. Yeah, because there is one, I would say, right in this region. Yeah, right here. That's the volcano right there. Doesn't show one down there. All right. Maybe you got another map. Yeah, got another map. What's the city? It says, is there a volcano near Loreto? Volcano near Loreto. Stretching for 4 miles, Coronado Island in Laredo, Mexico is an inactive volcano, last activated in the 1500s. Today, the island of Laredo are a UNESCO World Heritage Site known collectively as Laredo Bay Marine Park. So, Laredo, Coronado Island. Yeah, man. Hotel Code. What is that? It? I think is that it? That don't look the same as the picture I'm looking at. Idyllic spot. Hundreds of marine creatures. Many of them are endangered when you set sail for Laredo, Baja California. Here, let me look here for you. All right. James Ridge Plate Boundary 2. Oops. Yeah, I know, buddy. It's all right. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, son. I'll say it. Right there, yeah. Stretching for 4 miles long, Coronado Island in Laredo, Mexico is an inactive volcano, last active. Now, I don't know. See, it says in Laredo, Mexico. I don't know where the hell that is. If that's in Baja. Yeah. You know, some they see how it's got this kind of little funky thing here. Does that look like that? See, here is a Laredo, Mexico, but is that the chingadera? Here, satellite. Does that island look like that island? I just don't know. Vulcan Coronado. Northern tip of Coronado Island. Vulcan Island, northern tip of. Is that Coronado Island? I don't know. I don't know, Reggie. Da, 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 da. 4 things you might know about Laredo's natural. Island, Laredo. I thought it said a bit. It smells a bit fishy. I don't know. Baja Bound. Barcina. Okay, it's way out there, so it's not that one. Islands of Laredo. All right. Well, that's not helping me either. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Oh, well, I just put the map on it. There you go. Show me the map. Show me the map. All right. So it is Laredo here. All right. Cool. So we are in the vicinity. So there is a volcano there. Thank you, sister. They said there's a Navy out there blowing stuff up, though. Yeah, remember that? Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yep, sir. So, Volcano Coronado. I don't know where that is. Coronado Island. Hey. Hey. All right, I don't want to know too much there. Close that. So we do have a volcano there, and is it with the volcano, or is it in the spreading ridge right here? Yeah. What's interesting is it straight line into Texas, straight line into what? What just happened here? Sparks, Oklahoma. Yeah. 5-1. Yeah, it happened a few days ago, but still. Banga banga boonga, right? And Canucks talking about this 4 off of Cape Canaveral. Oh, there's never been an earthquake off Cape Canaveral. Whoa. Why do you think there's an earthquake out there? Or was it an earthquake? Wait, let's look it up. The origin, magnitudes. Body weight says it's a 4. That means it's probably a 4.5. Yeah. How many people reported it? 200 people. Oh. Yeah. Last time it was a bomb. Yeah. That was a little bit further out to sea. That was when the Miami, I think it's Miami, when the building fell. Remember when the building fell? Just out of the freaking blue, it just collapsed. But also, they're catching a lot of strange weather right now in this region. They had some pretty darn good storms. Do you think a sandbar got moved and a rock fell on a bomb that was out there in the sea? Yeah, it could be. You know, a mine that was buried and got blown up because something fell on it. I don't know. Or it got rolled over and it set itself off. Well, 4.5 is too big for that. What else could happen? Was there a tsunami related to it? I don't see a tsunami related to it. Average, it's within the 10 kilometers in depth. So, I don't know. I think there is a caldera out there underwater that lines up the East Coast calderas and Lake Okeechobee. Lake Okeechobee has gravity and magnetic anomalies like caldero impact crater. Call it what? Did you misspell that, son? Caldera or it reminds me of those oarfish. You know, when we start seeing the oarfish, we think of earthquakes. Yeah, around the world, those deep sea things get caldera or okay, impact crater. Thank you. I'm like, oh, is that a name of an impact crater? Normally, you're so concise there, buddy. You must still need your breakfast or your lunch is coming up for you. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah. So, quite possibly a volcano activity here. Quite possibly a volcano activity over here. Yeah. And look at the. Wait, how many days we are on this? 7 days. That's why. Go back to 1. Yeah. Some activity coming through Ridge Crest. Yeah, that's interesting. A lot of activity down here still. And it's a little bit north than where it normally is down here. So the transition from the Elsinore Fault to the San Jacinto Fault, and then to say the backside of the San Andreas is moving a little bit. I don't even in Lone Park. Yeah. Coffee and impact craters both have gravity in it, magnetic anomalies at the center of them. What do you think that is? Is compressed something? Why would it go? Oh yeah. Why would there be more magnetic anomalies in a volcano versus outside of a volcano? What happens in a volcano that creates that? Or why is magnetic anomalies drawn to volcanoes? Is the material somehow changed from one state to another, or does the melting of the rock cause a magnetic pulse or draw? I wonder. Maybe I'm not explaining the question right, but I wonder. Yeah. Never seen it like that, but yeah. Calderas. I cannot type ta-da. Ta-da! Wait. Ta-da! Ta-da! Huh. Solid hotspots are more on faults. It's always somebody's fault. I thought it was just potato, not potato. Now I learned there is a potato. Yeah, well, you know, there's a pootie and there's a booty too. It depends which little kid you're talking to. Yeah, you got to talk to your kids, you know. They all have these words, and anyway, so it looks like the swarm is picked up again here off of Puerto Rico, and these ones are still out here happening, so that's all right. There is remember, this is where the X flare did it, right? Here's a 5-1 that, hey, it happened yesterday. Do you think that it caused a reach out to the sun so that the sun would give it energy? 5-1 out in the middle of the ocean, called out to the sun and said, whoa, wait just a minute. And it shot out an X flare. Mines are on faults. That's just because man drills on the faults, on the mines, with making mines. So they're not a natural occurrence. So that we can't relate that. I know when they do all these different drilling grids, they document where the faults are. And in between faults, they find fossil fuels and, other things. But they create the mines. So causes the faults make precious minerals where we mine. Yeah. So in your mind, in your thought processes, and your studies, you're saying, due to the fact that there are a number of mines along a specific fault or faults, and they tend to be more than not on occasion to be within the faults, that's where humanity's been drilling and creating these mines, because man seems to think that there are goodies in the faults rather than in the non-faults. I wonder if that logic follows. Does it follow? Does it hold water? If the lineaments make the faults, I got you. The pulling and tearing of the crust, you said. So what in a fault, just speaking of the fault, or do we look at it saying that all the materials that are in the earth itself create the faults? So what's the logic behind it? If we have a fault and there's material there, mankind's drilling it, right? If there's a non-fault, is there material there? And man doesn't drill it. Why is it that they drill within the faults versus the non-faults? Or do they drill the non-faults as well? And it only appears that though they drill the faults. Magnetite, yeah. So what is it about a fault that is drawn to, or is gold is drawn to a fault? What is it that is drawn? Do you know what I'm after? If we have a plate boundary out here, like the one to Fuca, right? And or the San Andreas. Let me try just to do the San Andreas, right? Comes up over and goes up to, San Francisco out of LA, right? And here basically does that. And the coast is basically here, right? And California kind of goes like that, right? Or actually it kind of goes like this, right? And then down, right? Anyway, kind of comes down and then out that way. And if this is San Andreas, and you have Mexico down here. Arizona, Nevada, and all that stuff, right? Yeah. Anyway, what is it that draws goodies to the fault? The fault is just a crack in a crust created by magnetic field lines in the Earth, to simplify. All right, how are faults created? If we have a piece of land, how are faults created? Based on plate tectonics, right? This box of land moves over it eventually, and you'll see in 1 year or in one millennia it'll be here, and the next millennia it'll be here, and the next millennia it'll be here, because the box is moving that way. So let's just start with gold, just talking about gold. The gold deposits will be here, then the gold deposits will be here, then the gold deposits with here. I'm not sure that that's holding logic. At some point, the fault is there in the magma that came up there, making good stuff we mine. It, or brought it closer to the surface, like diamonds, for example. All right, so the faults, from what I understand you're saying, if the crust is here, and in one millennia it's here, another millennia it's here, and another millennia it's here, the fault draws up because of weakness in the plate, magma at each of these locations, specific in time, 5, 10, 20, right? And it still doesn't hold water. That idea still does not hold water. Why? Because between 5 and 10 millennia, this fault was here, 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 and here. It moved. So they all had the opportunity of sucking up whatever, right? Yeah. My question is still not answered. Why are those things found in the faults? Are they found in the faults, or is it the fault of man that only drills in the faults? Yeah, liniment. Are you equating lineaments with faults now? And in looking at the Walker Lane that we have called, there should be a lot of something there, right? If I just did 30 days, right? We should look in this section right here along the stretching of the basin and range for goodies, and along the coast, and then especially down here. Right? Because those where the earthquakes are happening. Earthquakes happen along the faults, right? That's what I'm asking. 4.40 San Clemente, January 15. Lineaments or magnetic field lines create the faults, I think, which is why it cuts across all plates. And that's my supposition as well. But I'm trying to play devil's advocate with you and say why. There's no, plate boundaries out here, but yet we see clearly in the last 30 days an average of earthquakes in that line, which is, for some of us, we call that a magnetic line, right? Which would lead out here to the Santa Cruz, or right into Hawaii. So, because it doesn't have land to travel through so much, though it has the smaller plate in the ocean, and it's all leaning that way. So that's why you get quakes that are not on plate boundaries. Yeah. I think you followed the logic that I was getting at. How do we prove that materials are only found in the faults? Or is it that there's faults everywhere? And today's fault is tomorrow's non-fault. And if tomorrow's non-fault still has goodies in it, then they should find it anywhere. Doesn't it make sense then? Or is it somehow in your purview that if you have a piece of land and you have a gold deposit and there's a fault that runs through it, that somehow that gold deposit, and this is the surface, this is the depth, okay? This is the top, this is the bottom. All right. If that gold deposit is there for any length of time, the magnetic anomaly or magnetic draw will draw this gold to that. I think that's kind of what you're saying too. So if there's a gold deposit here, and we know it, how these gold deposits get there, they come up from where? From the depths down here, right? The magma rises to the surface, right? Right, gets sucked in, and then it cools, and the deposits get left out there. A concentration of chemicals, it creates it. But somehow these things are drawn to this. Or is it that the under magma is really just finding a weakness in the plate and being drawn up? And because it's being drawn up, it doesn't leave the deposits here because it gets further up. And then over time, the breaking of the plate, burnt being, right? This rise, this uplift brings some of this material up. So it's not so much that, these deposits can be in the crust. So when the magma melts it gets pushed, back into whatever vat, and then it comes up in the faults. I think that's what you're saying. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, Canuck? I think that's what you're saying. So it's not that these are drawn, it's just that the magma, the melting of the rock, the melt of the crust, in the moho or whatever, has materials in it, and metals and and non-metals, of course, that over time get drawn up in the weakness of the plate where a fault would exist. So it's got to be something to it. So it's not like there's a secret power of magnitude, zing, 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 that this is drawn to. What's the transportation? How is the gold that's deposited here get brought into the fault? Well, it has to melt and move that way. It's not being pulled through solid rock or solid land. Do you know what I'm after there, Canuck? I think you might. You're a smart little whippersnapper. So anyway, back to it. So we got some activity down here. Maybe near. I never understood this. I started studying mining stuff. I found out molybdenum and tungsten deposits form a center of a supervolcano caldera. So I looked up the largest mines in the USA, molybdenum and tungsten. Every one at an ancient caldera. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the same page as you. I'm just trying to take the humanity out of it, meaning that's where we drill, and saying, well, why is it more than not those items are found in a caldera, and what's the transport? I mean, how does it get there? Is it created in the volcano caldera? Is gold created by that stuff? Yeah. I mean, all the chemicals, all the molecules we need for gold is found here on our planet. And then it's brought to the surface through the cooling process, right? Through the conveyor belts. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's what we're talking about. Little rabbit hole for all y'all. So earthquakes down there near an old volcano, and or weakness in the plate, down along the EPR in the Gulf of California, which is really busy right now. Eastern Turkey, northern Turkey, still the same thing. Got a bunch of 3s and 2s. South of Bali had a 3-1 out there in Indonesia. Northern Italy, just a little bump. Fiji had a 613 deep quake. That's the first one I've seen in a while. Have you noticed that? Looking for upwards of a 5.7 locally within 1,000 miles of Fiji. Shallow. Gulf of California again, another 4-1. Yep. Turkey. 5 hours ago. Fiji again. 5-3. So there's your 5-1. And it's still the same depth, 548. And the Sea of Japan had a 400 deep 4.1. Wow, Sea of Japan. Now that just happens to be by the 7.6, so that makes sense. Gulf of Cali had another 4. Bam. Bam. Yeah, crazy. What else we have? 6-1 Kermitics Islands, New Zealand. There you go. 5 hours ago, 6.1. And is that along the time frame that we've got? Yep, there's the Kermitics right there in the middle. And what's the date and time on that? 10:57, 11 UT. Think I was looking for something like that. Is that the signal we see in the mountains? That 6.1 all the way up into the Pacific Northwest? Is that the signal we saw on all of the volcanoes of the Cascades? And if it is, why do all the volcanoes pick it up? Could it be that they all have roots deeper than what we think? Could it be that underneath the volcano is a weaker area where it gets translated better? Batman signal, 4 quakes. How you doing there, Snowman? I was wondering how you're doing. Kermitics, 6.1. 4.2 off Chiapas, Mexico. Yep. A bunch of little northern Italy and western Turkeys. How does that work? Western Turkey and northern Italy. Bing, 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 bing. Last 4 hours. A little bit in Greece. Uh-oh. Happy Steak Friday, everybody. You knucklehead. Yeah. Gulf of Cali, another 4.7 2 hours ago. 4.7 2 hours ago, almost 3. Man, Gulf of California is banging. Yeah, something's happening down there. Yeah, not a whole lot otherwise. That's it. At Central Cal, it got a 2-1. So, and Northern Italy again. Northern Italy, Baja California, and Turkey seem to be the areas of bing-a-ding-a-dinga. You know, I think that's what's been going on. And the COD, you got some clouds up there, buddy. Looking at the dirty, where's the water? Where's the water? Woo, look at that atmospheric river right there. We're frozen up here where I live, but, you know, look at this noise. Look at this noise. Oh, they're going to get wet. And old Texas, our Texas buddy, you know, he hasn't checked in today. I wonder if he's dealing with the weather, you know, patches. He's a good boy. I like him. Rain all the way and up the seaboard too. Look at that. It's like loser. I mean, yeah. And all the frozen stuff up here. Did you get any little bit of snow there, Snowman? It looks like you may have. Let's see what else is going on the west. I don't know what's coming. I look for the west to see what's coming. Here's a wave of energy coming in. Let's go ahead and push this out and push go. Atmospheric river, yep. Moved south of southern Cal through Mexico again. Eastern seaboard's getting pounded. Cold weather coming down California. Yeah, into the Four Corners. And yeah, it's going to get whipped up going east. Big gale coming through into the, oh, well, maybe it's going north. Whoa, it's going north. Yep, it went north. It's not going to, now the wave of it is pushed way out. And another one right behind it, another wave of stuff. So the illegal aliens are getting washed down the Rio Grande. You know, unfortunately, a lot of them are dying that way. You're right. Half inch, huh? I mean, our snow is melting like crazy now. It's bright sunny. beautiful out there with the little snow-capped mountains here. They're not mountains. They're, 1,000 or 1,500 feet above me, but because we're like right at the base of them, they're pretty far out. Now the other ones, the Wallapais, they're to the south, and they got a lot. I'll be taking pictures of that later. But here we are, 9:13, 9:11 right now. 9:11, 9:11. Boop, boop. Yeah. Yeah, lots of storms coming in. Let's look at the east. Yeah, and out to sea. Oh, Denise, she's got some weather. Yeah, I heard London town got some snow. Got down 0 degrees here this morning. Yeah, when I got up today, it was like 29. Yeah. I turned the heater on. He's cold. But yeah. Oh, big hugs, y'all. Anyway, did any of you? Well, let's just close this one off and send it up to YouTube. If you like what's being said, if you don't like what's being said, that's tough for you. But if you want to be a part of the morning show here, we're over here on twitch.tv/Joe Slick Live, talking about earth science, different things about earth science. And, if you like to see a subject matter that we haven't talked about, or if there's something that affects multiple people and you're one of those multiple people and want to know more information, bring it over here and throw it out there in chat. I mean, chat's really busy, and we'll see what happens. We'll look at solar stuff. We'll look at space stuff. We'll look at what's happening in the atmosphere, and we'll look at what's happening on the ground and under the ground, and we'll try to make sense of it for you and for others. And we don't promote fear here. I think we're already afraid of life itself, so that's not what we're trying to do. And for those who are contributors, and you got the diamond, thank you for your contributions, your tips and your subscriptions. They really help me keep this thing going. Want to grow the channel? Tell people about the channel and what's going on. Remember, we just had an X3, and we've been waiting for that X to happen, and it did. Good thing it happened as it was going away from us, and it shouldn't affect us that much. But the jury's still out, and we'll find out in the next day or so what NASA has to say and what NOAA has to say about it, and what the ramifications are, and if there is any gobbledygook such as plasma, heading our way, and what that might do. So be aware, and don't be square. And always, like I said, I appreciate you, and don't get none on you. Love you. Big hugs.